Good morning, Dubai. This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And with me, Masa.
And we go through the top trending stories that everyone has been talking about over the weekend, today, and all the top stories. Our top story for you today. The UAE denounces in the strongest terms the Israeli government's decision to occupy the Gaza Strip.
And Kuwait announces on-arrival visas for GCC residents.
We are also talking about a business class passenger caught stealing on a Dubai-Singapore flight.
And a US group is urging Sephora to drop Huda's brand.
In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 34 to 43 degrees. Also,
the weather is getting better.
I thought so.
Yeah, I went to the beach. I didn't.
You went to the beach?
On Saturday, yes. Do I look tanned?
Yeah. Wait, you sat out?
Yeah, I sat out more than I sat inside the beach.
Which beach?
Nikki Beach.
Oh. Okay. So we were talking like temperature controlled pools, weather.
Pool? No, actually beach. I hate pools, by the way. Can I say that? I really hate pools. I hate the chlorine.
So you sat at the beach and you went into the water?
Into the water. Then I sat outside and it was so chill. Like, I had a little bit of a breeze, okay? I feel like temperatures in August are dipping a bit.
This is summer in Dubai and I feel like it feels unique. I also felt the same, that this weekend was manageable.
Yeah.
So you went for beach day in August.
And in the evening, I was outside making TikToks. I was standing outside. There was a really good breeze.
It's TikTok weather?
It's TikTok. I was running. Because, it's August.
Anything for
Taylor
content.
Swift.
What's the song?
One thing was enough for the hopes. It's the August. You know her song, August? So everyone is doing this August trend. Like, you have to make the song for the people who are hoping for a good summer or something like that.
Oh, well.
Lame,
No, it's TikTok. I like TikTok. I like that people dance videos. It's such a good, clean fun.
Yeah, it was fun,
You know?
But it did get hot later on, so I had to go back indoors. Yeah, you have to admit that.
Like, it's sticky, but if you're here, you can embrace it. It doesn't feel as overbearing, as overwhelming.
No. Better than July.
And for that, we thank our lucky stars. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. It's Monday morning, and we're going to bring you the top stories of the UAE and beyond. The UAE denounces the Israeli government's decision to occupy the Gaza Strip. The United Arab Emirates has condemned in the strongest terms and denounced the Israeli government's decision to occupy the Strip, warning that this decision will lead to catastrophic consequences, including further loss of innocent life and a worsening of the humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
So in a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the UAE called on the international community, the United Nations and the UN Security Council to fulfill their responsibilities and put an end to such illegal practices in contravention of international law. The ministry reaffirmed that upholding the rights of the Palestinian people is no longer a matter of political discretion but a moral, humanitarian and a legal imperative.
The ministry reaffirmed the UAE's historic and steadfast position in safeguarding the rights of Palestinians and underscored the importance of finding a serious political horizon to resolve the conflict and establish an independent Palestinian state, emphasizing the UAE's belief that regional stability can only be attained through a two-state solution. Now, what you're seeing beside us is an aid drop by the Birds of Goodness team. It's the 68th airdrop of aid, which in total the UAE has delivered 540 tons of food aids to Gaza. It's not enough. It's the tip of the iceberg in terms of the aid that's needed. People are questioning the approach of getting the aid in when people are in serious dire need of it, and it's an impossible task.
It's an impossible task, and the more that we see stories, it's just getting worse and worse. Even if you look at the numbers, I think it's really important just for people to understand and to grasp the intensity of the situation. There are around 39% of people are going entire days without eating, and this is based on a UNICEF article and information that gets based on that article. And over 500,000 people, so that's nearly the quarter of Gaza's population, are enduring famine-like conditions. So what we're seeing in videos and photos is not just one area. Some people are thinking that one area is enduring this and the other area is a bit better or safer. No, this is almost a quarter of Gaza, almost everyone is enduring this type of famine. And it's really important to try to emphasize on, first of all, opening the Rafah border. And we thank the UAE for helping with the aid and dropping the aid. But most importantly is to open the Rafah border. This is the best way to get in aid, and this is the best way to get the biggest amount of aid in, because the situation has reached its limit. It's only getting worse. Deaths are increasing because of famine. Starvation is happening. Kids are dying. Malnutrition is happening. I think this is the worst type of war that ever happened, the worst type of genocide that ever happened in history. We pray for their safety. We pray for everything. But I think the best thing we have to do is the urge for Rafah border to open.
So true.
And for those aids to come in, for those food, for those supplies to come in. That's the best that I can do.
Yeah. Well said and well put. I just feel like it's inhumane, and the situation seems to be worsening rather than improving. And the headlines continue to just, when you see something, the UAE's had to respond in such a strong way. To the plans that Israel has. It's so scary, and we just pray for the people.
What is really sad is that those people that are enduring the starvation, they were once professors, they were once lecturers, they were once fully educated and well-educated people, well-off people. They had their status, they had their money, they had their everything. But to be put in a situation, and for us to be lucky that we're in a different location and not in their location, we could have been in their place. But we pray for their safety, we pray for their aid, we pray for everything.
Well said. Let's bring things onto the travel front. We're talking about a new rule for visas for GCC residents.
GCC residents. So big travel news for GCC residents. Kuwait has just rolled out a game-changing update for travel. So First Deputy Prime Minister and Ministry of Interior Sheikh Fahad Al-Yusuf Al-Sabah announced that eligible foreign residents living in the GCC countries can now get a tourist visa on arrival at all Kuwait's ports of entry.
Here's the catch, but it's an easy one. You must have a valid GCC residence permit that is valid for at least 6 months. This move is set to boost tourism and make quick getaways to Kuwait smoother than ever for expats across the region. So whether you're planning a weekend food tour, for example, or a seaside escape, the visa queue has just got a whole lot shorter.
I've always wanted to visit Kuwait.
I've been.
You've been?
Yes.
How is it? Is the weather better there in Kuwait?
Okay, I went for one day.
Okay.
And I arrived late in the evening. It was for a work gig.
Oh.
Charlotte Tilbury was opening.
I love you, Charlotte Tilbury, by the way. Can I just say that? I love you so much. I love your blush. Send me more.
She's always watching the show, so she's definitely going to see it. But she was doing unveiling of her new store, which feels like a boudoir, in the Avenues, which is the massive shopping mall that Kuwait is famous for. Have you heard of the Avenues?
No, I haven't, but I heard of the shopping in Kuwait that I have always wanted to shop. I love their stores, and I see them all online. But continue, is it so big?
So I wish I'd known this before I went, because you've said so much about like the abayas and things are so unique, but the Avenues is, it feels like you're on a Parisian street, a European street, but it's covered. But it feels like walkway. No, it could be like an LA,
kind of vibe.
The
I know
shopping,
what you
the boulevard shopping.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the end of it because I guess I started this side. I walked probably like 800 meters to get to Charlotte and back. I never got to the end of it, but it's phenomenal shopping.
By the way, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Kuwait stores. I follow a lot of brands, and I wish I could know more.
How did you get into Kuwait fashion?
I just saw it on TikTok and Instagram one day, and I was so amused by how it's so unique. You don't find it anywhere. Like, it's so different from your typical fast fashion wardrobe. I love it. It's super classy, super unique, and for the girls that are not hijabis but they want to stay modest, there are a lot of really nice options.
So interesting.
Very nice options. So you can have that, like really cute slim fitted dress, but with a cardigan with it, like a matching cardigan. They have all that style. The abayas game. Oh God. You can never find something here in Kuwait.
I wish I had known before I went.
So nice. I'm getting all of my party dresses from Kuwait. Very nice.
Now you can do your quick day trip in and out, because
I could try it on spot.
GCC, like flights in and around here, relatively affordable. So
it is. It's very close.
Let's jump into our next trip. If you are doing a day trip, Masa, I implore you to mind your things on flights because of the next story.
So a business class passenger was caught stealing on a Dubai-Singapore flight. So a 25-year-old business class passenger is facing a court in Singapore after an alleged in-flight theft on Dubai to Singapore flight. With the victim slept, his wife spotted the man reaching into the overhead compartment and allegedly taking her husband's bag. She confronted him, prompting him to return it immediately.
Oh my gosh, she confronted him. Well done her. I don't know if I would have...
the guts
to do that. So when they arrived at Changi Airport, authorities questioned the suspect, who couldn't give a reason as to why he was doing that. He probably had the time to think of one, but he wasn't able to provide that reason. So he was arrested before he could board a connecting flight. It remains unclear which airline was involved. Only certain characters fly this route, so we can guess, but it's actually not been said.
Mm-hmm. So the case is scheduled to be heard on August 10th, and if convicted, the man could face jail time under Singapore's strict theft laws, which can carry a sentence of up to 3 years.
Singapore is Dubai, Singapore, the two countries that you just...
Like so strict.
The law that you just don't want to ever break.
And you're testing the waters there. But like, first of all, my biggest question, and I need to ask this, I hope one day I can get an answer from this passenger. You're flying business class. And you're stealing?
You know, though, I thought about that, but sometimes people get kicks.
Or sometimes, you know, maybe they do it like strategically to fly business class to steal, maybe.
Exactly. But it makes you think about when you're traveling, are you careful with how you store your luggage? Are you know, what you think about the value of the items that you're putting in your big suitcase? And also the value of the items that you have on your person. And are you looking after them to the extent of, like, the reality is there's no security.
There's no security. What do you do in this situation?
The funny thing is, you know, when you travel on buses in Ireland, buses, so it's like a 3 or 4 hour journey, and you put your big suitcase in the hold of the bus. So you put it in the hold and then you get on the bus.
Yeah, okay.
And so... I've always been, since I was a teenager, I would take these buses quite regularly, and I'd always look, because I always thought it was mad that you're putting your big suitcase in there, and then you're getting on the bus, you're sitting elsewhere and you're not watching. But the reality is that hold opens and closes at every stop. Someone could easily
drag a bag out.
Because you're not in the airport. You know, in the airport you don't take your luggage because you're... Because all cameras. There's nothing stopping someone at any of these stops going to take it.
But their morality.
But their morality. So I've always been quite aware of safety on... Transportation. I don't have a hack for it. I'm just staying alert.
Mindful,
You're staying alert, I guess.
You know, I feel in airplanes, I've never, maybe once in my life, put something in the overhead compartment. It's always in front of me. I don't like carrying those...
But they don't allow that. They're strict.
But I don't like... I'd never carry those...
You don't do hand luggage?
The hand luggage, no, I don't.
How do you...
I get a big suitcase and I put everything there. The only thing I carry with me is just cross-body bag. That's it.
Massa doesn't do enough traveling in Europe where it's so expensive. Luggage isn't free. Right? So no one does the big luggage. Everyone does the small luggage, and you have to get the small luggage that fits. It's big enough that it can hold everything, but it's small enough that it fits into
the overhead compartment.
The specific sizes that the airline says that you need to have it. But everyone does small luggage because everyone's cheap. No, we're affordable.
I mean, you know, it's just 10 kg, you know. put your stuff really well. I don't know. Have a good packing hack. But not this. I never do that.
That's because,
you know what scares me
Europe,
actually?
where it's just happens all the time.
You know what actually scares me so much? When you land and they open the overhead compartment. I don't know why my brain always thinks that this luggage is going to fall on me.
Oh no! But it's got quite a deep little. But when it opens, it's got a deep.
Yeah. But I don't know how.
Tummy.
I don't know why I have this fear.
Yeah, weird.
Like as soon as someone opens it, it could happen. It always scares me. You know, protect the face at all costs.
I'm now more concerned about people protect the face at all costs. The moneymaker. Let's jump into our next story. A US group is urging Sephora to drop Huda's brand. Huda Katan shared a now deleted video talking about a conspiracy that says Israel is behind global conflicts like World War I, World War II, September 11th and October 7th. And in response to that, a US group called Stop Anti-Semitism is pressurizing Sephora to discontinue its partnership with Huda Beauty.
So Huda then stepped in to defend herself, saying in clear terms that she does not condone the hate of any kind, and she does not condone the hate of, and she's saying her words are being twisted to force her into silence.
Sephora responded saying they will investigate the matter. They've released a statement, and they also commented on one video saying it's all about balance.
So the hashtag We Love Huda Beauty is trending, with so many people commenting they will purchase Huda Beauty even more now.
So
she's been so strong with her support in Palestine, even before 2023. She's been so supportive, and time again, she's only showing more and more support. What saddens me the most is previously, like for people to call out the removal of Huda Beauty from Sephora. Huda started off as a blogger, and it was her biggest dream to set her brand on Sephora. And when she did it, it was like one of the happiest days for her. It was the happiest days for all of us. Remember the eyelashes, remember all of her products on Sephora.
Yeah.
And people, yeah.
This moment.
It was so great. And fast forward a few years, this happens where people are calling out like a US group asking Sephora to remove her brand. It's sad, like it pains me. This was her biggest dream, and she's doing it for a good cause. She's speaking out for a good cause. For you to ask a brand to remove a specific brand because they do not condone starvation, they do not condone genocide, how? I cannot understand those people's brain. Is it brainwashed? Is it... Why would you have so much hatred for someone that's calling an end to a genocide?
Yeah, and she's just speaking out for injustice. She's just speaking out for children. She deleted the original video because it was getting misconstrued. But the story has progressed, and there's a lot of comments. And what's amazing is a lot of the comments are basically saying, we love Huda.
We love Huda, yeah.
This is, it feels like our brand. You know when you see it in Sephora?
Yeah.
And you're like, that's one of our, you know? And regardless, I feel like we will we will support Huda regardless, and even more so. Actually, when I saw this video and I thought, if her business was being harmed in any way,
I will support her even more.
I would intentionally go and purchase Huda products.
That's what I do, by the way.
And even in Sephora, I'll be like, Sephora, we love her, we love her. And now Sephora have said nothing on this, as in they have released a statement that they're going to investigate it, but they are massive supporters of Huda and always have been. So I'm not concerned that would happen.
I'm not concerned for her either.
And I'm not concerned that it would be removed from Sephora. They have such a strong relationship. But I know that when I see Huda having to go through this for standing up and for having a platform that speaks out for injustice, and when she speaks out for what she believes in, and she's so strong, and she's not scared. And
no, she's not scared.
And it must be scary, just even on a personal level, not on a business level, on a personal level, to be targeted in such a way that it would make me want to go and repurchase all my favorite Sephora products.
It makes you question, because she never mentioned it online, is she receiving death threats? Is she receiving like hate comments? Is she receiving direct, because this is what they tend to do, by the way. Like if we look at Miss Rachel, because she spoke about the children in Gaza, she started receiving death threats, and death threats targeted towards her children. So maybe Huda never speaks out about those, and she shows so much strength in her videos when she's talking about this topic. But it makes you really question, is she receiving those death threats? Is she okay? Is her family receiving those death threats? Because her daughter is also faced on social media.
Well, let's just,
So to have a group to try to
limit her speech,
or to try to limit your profit, it just goes to show how big of a fan base and support system Huda has, with everyone starting a hashtag and with everyone showing that, you know what? No, we will continue to purchase your products.
Always.
Because I do that ever since I've seen her support, like subconsciously or consciously, I always purchase her stuff. I've always loved her, starting from 2016, from her early blogging days.
Right.
I'll only grow to love her even more with her support.
Agreed.
And her new collaboration with Saint Levant, it was unprecedented, and the amount of sales she had before even releasing it was all pre-ordered. And this was directly for Palestine. So I understand why this US group might have this much built on hate, but she will not stop. This will not this will not make her stop. This will not put an end to her support.
It won't.
It won't.
Anyway, she removed the video. If you'd like to see her response to what's going on, it is on our feed, along with all of the other great stories that dropped over the weekend. That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.